Oh my God.
Okay, so if you don't know what Mad Libs are, essentially it's a prepared text with some blanks that folk who don't see the full prepared text need to fill in, right? So the questions I'll be asking y'all, just kind of popcorn answers, you know, to name a noun, which is a person, place, thing, idea, an adjective, a describing word, a verb, which is an action word, and an adverb, which is what tells you how an action word behaves. I'll remind y'all as we go along. And then, so we'll just kind of popcorn out these. I'll give you the prompt, someone will just shout out an answer. And then at the end of that, we will have a full sermon that has been mad-libbed together. So, the first word, someone needs to share an adjective, which is a describing word.
Sunny.
Sunny. Okay. Now we need another adjective, a describing word.
Happy.
Happy. And another adjective. Come back. What about a verb, an action word?
Dancing.
Dancing. A noun, a person, place, or a thing.
Tree.
Tree. All right, another verb.
Run.
Running.
And what about a noun?
Starbucks.
All right. She's hilarious already. Another noun.
People.
A verb.
Laugh.
All right, and then another noun. I know y'all didn't know you were coming to church. Use your brains.
Church.
Church. There you go. Page 2. Two nouns. Or one at a time.
Side by side.
Camera.
Camera. And another noun.
Chair.
A historical figure.
Abraham Lincoln.
A body part.
Toe.
That was not what. All right, page 3. An animal.
Dog.
Did y'all just like jinx each other? Another body part.
And
Hand, arm, hands. Did I hear all
You're related.
that? Noun.
Window.
Another noun.
Dog.
A what?
Dog. Another dog.
Verb.
What?
A verb.
Verb.
Action word.
Singing.
Singing. Okay. And then an adjective, a describing word.
Loud.
Loud. And then a noun. Person, place, or thing.
Piano.
Another verb, action word.
this is too much work.
Wait, what happened? Too much work? Yeah, welcome to sermon prep, everybody.
I said karate
Okay, how
chop.
about working?
Karate. And then another adjective, a describing word.
Soft.
Soft. That was actually very soft. Thank you. Noun. We're almost done. Ish.
Truck.
What was that? A
Truck.
truck. Okay. And then another adjective, describing word.
Beautiful.
A noun.
Bird.
A verb, a action word. How about sit? Because we seem to be doing. I'm like looking out for clues here. Adjective. Describing word.
Funny.
Funny. And another person, place, or thing. Noun. All right, we've only got like 5 more to go, y'all. We're almost there. Adverb. Now, an adverb is like how, when, where, or how often, in what way, right? To kind of tells you about an action word.
Often.
Frequent, often. Like, wow, that was way to be on the same vibe. Another adverb. We need 2 more.
Soon.
Soon, and then yours was?
Concern.
Oh, I thought you had an adverb too? Oh, okay.
Another one, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay, no.
okay, no worries. So describing how it is that the verb happens.
Slowly,
One more?
fast.
All right, and then the final one, an adjective.
Somber.
All right, y'all. Well done. Let us pray. Let these silly words of our mouths and the serious meditation of our hearts be acceptable to you, O God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. So every year, on the Sunday after Easter, we hear the story of Doubting Thomas. He's always called Doubting Thomas, never Sunny Thomas, or Happy Thomas, or even Somber Tom. And he doesn't appear anywhere else in the gospel. This is the only story we have about him, where he doubts the resurrection. All the disciples are together in the upper room except Thomas, who is off dancing the tree or something. Jesus appears to them and they believe, and they're filled with joy. When Thomas returns from running the Starbucks, or whatever he was doing, they tell him about this amazing experience. But Thomas doesn't believe them. I mean, really, would you? A man come back from the dead? It's as preposterous as a people laughing through church.
That's so preposterous.
Right? Thomas's reaction is reasonable. The disciples' story was unbelievable. As I imagine Thomas, though, I think that what must have been the most shocking to him was the change in the disciples' mood. When he left them, they were all grieving and shocked and heartbroken. When he returned, he was still grieving, but the disciples were suddenly as happy as a camera in a chair. He must have thought it was some kind of a cruel joke. When we tell this story years later, we tend to imagine this as some kind of a debate. Doubting Thomas as a stern figure like those old portraits of Abraham Lincoln, which is actually quite accurate. No one ever smiles, right? But I think if someone told me that Jesus was raised from the dead, I would not have been harsh and stern. I would have laughed, wouldn't you? Ha! That scoffing, cynical, bitter kind of laughter. You've got to be pulling my toe. You know the kind of laughter I'm talking about, right? It's not joyous, it's defensive laughter. The kind that protects us from the things that could really hurt. A laughing it off, a too cool, smug laughter. A can't fool me laughter. Thomas couldn't let himself believe that real joy was even possible. Yet that's just what the Easter story is all about. God breaking through all our defenses and transforming that cynical laughter into real joy. On Easter morning, God played the world's greatest practical joke, fooling death, refusing to let evil have the last laugh, and saying for all time that love wins. The only response we can make is to join in God's laughter. It's not that we're always happy, that we live without pain or sorrow or hardship. But we know that we can go on because God has already saved us. Laughter and tears are not opposite emotions. They actually go together. We laugh so hard we cry, and sometimes we cry so hard we laugh. Because neither real tears nor real laughter can be faked or forced. They require letting go of doubt, bitterness, cynicism, and defensiveness. And that's what the resurrection does. Thomas couldn't claim that kind of joyous abandon at the beginning of the story, but he could by the end. He may have been doubting Thomas at the beginning, but one moment's encounter with the risen Christ, and he was transformed. No longer doubting, but laughing, really laughing. The kind where you let yourself go, guffaw as loud as a dog with its hand caught in a window. Because Thomas comes to know that God's love triumphs over all. It doesn't matter if a dog starts singing to a loud piano. Oh my gosh. God is still in charge. It doesn't matter if people karate chop on soft trucks. God will still love them and forgive them. Even when nothing makes sense, because beautiful birds sit in funny tables. Life will still triumph over death. Love will still overcome evil, and God will always prevail. Believe in the resurrection and experience deep and abiding joy. Believe in the resurrection and join in the laughter. Laugh frequently. Laugh soon. Laugh slowly. Laugh fast. Laugh abundantly. Believe and rejoice. Thanks be to God. Amen. Well done, y'all. I thought we should collaborate every week.